welcome to Legacy Dodge Field here at SMS Equipment Stadium. I am Graham Moseman, and we have WCBL Baseball presented by Strigham Law for you here tonight. Going to be a very special day and a very special game with a very important company to not just this team, but all of Fort McMurray, who will be celebrating throughout the game. In the meantime, we'll have your starting lineups coming up in just a quick moments for the Fort McMurray Giants and the Okotoks Dawgs. But first,
hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archive game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Just a heads up, popping, vaping, or getting your chill on with cannabis is a no-no at Legacy Dodge Field. SMS equipment place. Keep it in the special zones.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Strigham, your local lawyers.
Hitting first base, second base, number 10, Connor Grossman. In second spot, their center fielder, number 5, Aiden Krause. Hitting third and your designated hitter is number 16, J.D. Moss. While the cleanup spot, you'll find their left fielder, number 2, Landon Kaufman. Hitting fifth is today's Bruce.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
In sixth spot, in right field, number 9, Aiden Gordy. In the seventh spot, number 26, head catcher, Robert McMurray. Playing third base in 8-15, Jack Lucia. And their shortstop is in ninth spot, number 36, Emmett Satchel. Their starting pitcher today is number 22, Logan Bird.
Yo, Dustin, you need a goalie?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
right, thank you so much, Andrew. I'm down on the mound with Gordy. Gordy's throwing the first pitch. Without further ado, let's see how quick you can go, buddy. Let's see it. A whopping 49. Let's give Gordy a round of applause, and let's go, Giants! Here are your umpires for today's game is assigned by the Western Canadian Baseball League. For more information, visit westerncanadianbaseballleague.ca. Behind home plate today is Elmer Yurkovitz. Down the first base line is Matt Cannon, and on third is Zeke Field. It's at this time the league coaches to the plate for our great game. And now it's time for your Colonial Bank starting lineup for your Fort McMurray Giants. Hitting first, playing shortstop, number 20, Marcos Arocho. At center base in the second spot, number 13, Keita Fujino. The Giants catcher is hitting third. That's number 3, Nick Sobek. The designated hitter is hitting cleanup, number 24, Brett Patillo. Playing right field, number 18, hitting fifth, Brayden Dyke. In the sixth spot, you'll find the Giants center fielder, number 26, Colson Bennett. At first base, hitting seventh, from Fort McMurray, number 34, Jordan Green. Giants left fielder hitting eighth, number 46, Diego Fuentes. And in the ninth spot, third baseman, number 5, Carson Young. Let's make some noise for your starting pitcher tonight, number 50, David Lahane. The Fort McMurray Giants acknowledge that this game is being played on treaty territory, the ancestral home of the Queen of Dene, and the unceded territory of the Métis. As long as the sun shines, the rivers flow, and the grass grows, we will honor these lands. Now, we ask that you rise if you are able and remove your caps as we join local entertainer, recording artist, and educator, Dan Tull, for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in our lost command, with glowing hearts we stand on God for now let's play ball. Now pitching for your Giants, number 50, David Hayes. Dawgs, number 10, Connor Grossen.
And it's going to be a ball at number 1 for Aiden Krause. Krause in scoring position already. And it's going to go in for the 2-0. You can pretty much look at anyone at the top of this Dawgs lineup as people who have been very well considered for the Play Alberta and Village Brewing. That one's fouled off way. The Village Brewing Player of the Week. Keep an eye as those will be announced every week on WCBLbaseball.com and all WCBL socials. Okotoks in their black alternates with the, I believe that's the OKO right across the front. That one's going to chop off and foul away again. Count is 2-2 for Aiden Krause. Felt throughout the week that the Giants have ended up behind the 8-ball early and just been fighting over and over and over again to get back into it. And you're fighting games from behind. Well, unfortunately, they don't always, more often than not, will tend not to go your way. So if Lehane can get into a groove here, it could make a huge difference, as Okotoks only 6 losses on the season, 2 of those coming from the Giants just a couple of weekends ago. 3-2 the count. Absolutely perfect day. Very slight breeze coming off the sky. Yes, here's the 3-2 pitch from Lehane. That one is going to go up into left field. Easy snag, and the first out is on the board. From a Giants perspective, things already an improvement over yesterday.
Designated hitter number 16, Jaden Lewis.
In the DH slot, Jaden Lusk. We go past with the ball number 1. Feels a little bit strange to see these red jerseys for the Giants, famously clad in black and orange, but special occasions always worth something. There's the throw, there's the swing, and that is the 1-1 for Jaden Lusk. Keep an eye out for Connor Croson, who has put on an absolute larceny clinic yesterday. All of the really Dawgs base runners did. It was really a game about steals, as Okotoks were able to get in a scoring position without even having to get the bats go. Swing and a miss for the 1-2. Dawgs should have a tougher time going for the steal, as Nick Sauve back to his very comfortable setting as the catcher on this squad, or the primary catcher at the very least. You can see Croson starting to lurk there. Keep an eye on the black jersey. There he goes. That one's going to go for the ball to Croson on to third. First steal of the game. If the steals get going like they did yesterday, we are, unfortunately, if you're a Giants supporter, could be in for a very different, a very similar result as yesterday, and not looking for anything, as that one's off in left field. It will drop. And it's going to bring home Connor Croson. As Jaden Lusk singles out to left, the first run on the board, and the Giants are going to start this game down by 1 before they even hit the batter's box. That one's going to chop up. Fielder's choice. Throw to second. Double play isn't going to be making there, though, as Jaden Lusk will not make it to second, but Kaufman gets there. Tanner Zudnik in at the moment. There's a Nenich, 14 games. A 333, 15 hits over his 45 at-bats. 10 strikeouts. 7 walks in there for good measure. There's the 1-1. Throw to second. Got him. Dawgs finally gets stopped on a steal. Not something we saw much, if at all, yesterday, but that's going to be a boost for this Fort McMurray crowd. We will take a quick break and be right back as the Giants are going to lead this one off with Marco Arocho getting us underway. Stay with us. I'm Graham Mosman. You watch the WCBL presented by Strigham Law only on FloCollege.
Sisters, break out short tickets for $1,010. You can pick up your winnings where you've got your paper bags. Your winning number 0377282. That winning number again 0377282. Collect your $1,010 at the place you got your paper bags. Congratulations. Now hitting shortstop, number 20, Marco Arocho.
And welcome back, Marco Arocho. Going to get us going for the bottom of inning number 1. Marco Arocho at the moment very much holding on to the number 2 slot in the Giants offensive order. Only a couple of hits behind Brett Patillo for the season. That one's gonna go. And it heads up the middle for the opening single. And already, maybe it's this Syncrude crowd. Giants look like they got a little more juice than normal. Here's Ikeda Fujino. 19 hits on the season, 17 RBIs, 2 home runs. Gonna swing and a miss at that one. It's really these kind of top 5 players that you're going to see here today that are the bulk of the Giants offense, and that's the story from these two different teams. Is 20 hits deep goes about 10 players deep for the Okotoks Dawgs, as that team is built on slugging. That one, this might be a double. Toss to second, throw to first. First 2 outs on the board for the Giants. Gotta give your props to Connor Croson for following that. And there's Zdinich, able to make the catch as well. And your home run leader for the Giants, Nick Sauvé, checks in. 5 on the season. That's going to be the strike one. Couldn't ask for a better night. 28 degrees. Barely a touch of wind. One of those absolute perfect Fort McMurray evenings. I'll argue till the end of my days there's no better place to be in than the north for summer. Sun doesn't go down. Shadows go long. That one's going to foul off once again. Not a bad spot here if the Giants can potentially get something going, as you have Brett Patillo waiting in the wings. That one's heads up into center field, curls and drops, and Nick Sauvé finds himself on number 1. Nick Sauvé, very much a feast or famine hitter. His 11 hits on the season, now 12. 5 of those being homers. Only 3 doubles in that whole setup. And it's called strike one on Brett Patillo. Back forward is Sauvé. Despite being a bit of a slugger, Nick Sauvé, definitely one of the better base runners on this Giants squad, and absolutely can rack up some steals. Maybe want to give the Dawgs some payback, because that one going to be an easy underhanded throw to second base. That's going to close us out here for inning number 1. We'll head to the top of the second with the Okotoks Dawgs up by a single. And Tanner Zdinich going to face off against Aiden Lehane coming up next. You're watching the WCBL presented by Strigham Law, only on FloCollege. And welcome back. I'm Graham Moseman. Aiden Lehane and Turner Zdinich going to be doing battle to kick us off here for inning number 2. This Giants team, led by General Manager Josh Ionetti, has a ton of hope for the young Mr. Lehane. Not the biggest in the world, but does have a ton of torque behind his throws. Is 6'0", 210 righty. A freshman this season with the Keystone College Saints. Primarily came in relief for Keystone College this season, but still appeared in good handful of games. 9 strikeouts. $14 walks as well, but with where he is at this point in his career, if he's someone that can work his way up through this Giants lineup and going into 27, 28, could be a real force in mowing down batters in the WCBL. That's going to be ball number 2. Outside for the count to go full. That's Aiden Doherty in the warm-up circle as Lehane gets set. Here's the throw. There's the swing. Down goes Zudinich. It's the start you want to see from Lehane. That one's the ball number 1 is these hitters and pitchers start to work out where the strike zone is going to live today. That one gets some wood on it. Will only result in a single, though, as Aiden Doherty finds himself onto the bases. 3 hits. Now 4 hits over his 3 games of appearance. 1 down, Doherty on the corner for Lachlan Maude. Watch for Doherty, already looking forward. Looks like he's itching to break out. That one throw to second, but it's going to go off, and Lehane might make it. No, he will not. Unfortunately, Lehane can't get in there as Aiden Doherty is going to move up, stealing second and goes to third on the air. As Lehane can't track things down. Tough break for the Giants, but did have a couple throws to home plate that did catch runners. But if you are head coach Dylan Cooper, really got to impart how careful you got to be with the steals. Because at this point, these bases are kind of like a non-supervised television on Black Friday. At some point, someone's walking out with one. It was outside for 2-2. Did have wild pitches that resulted in runners on third getting home. Something you know this Giant squad is going to have to be mindful of here today. Doherty just 90 feet from home. There's the throw. Lachlan Mott connects. That one is going to drop right in the gap. Come on home, Aiden Doherty. Lachlan Mott ends up on first base. We have Jack Lucier in here now. It's a 2-0 ball game with one out. Up here at the top of 2. We're going to foul that one away. That young fan has the right idea. Lucier lets that go by. One thing that the Okotoks Dawgs have been fantastic at that is when fouls off into the netting here at Legacy Dodge Field. They have been absolutely wizards at working up the pitch counts on these starters. We compare pitches thrown. Lehane already at 36. Down goes the batter as Lehane is going to lock in for his second strikeout of the ball game. Jack Lucier is off. We are up to out number 2. That'll be an easy strike one for Stasher. Stasher appearing in 7 games this season, a 400 though in limited duty. Let's that one go inside for the 1-1. Five strikeouts and a home run for Stasher. As Lehane lets it go. That one going to chop. Throw to first. Stasher's not there. That's going to end this top of the inning. We will take a very brief break and be right back as the Giants hold the Dawgs to just a single run here in the top of number 2.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
to the plate for your Giants, number 18, Brandon Dawgs.
Let's get this bottom of the inning underway. Braden Dyke locking in. 17 hits on the year, 288. Goes past the ball one. That one. Gonna have a throw to first. Dyke can't beat it out. Did he have a chance? Not quite. That's too bad, but is what it is. Colin Bennett in here for the very first time. That one real close up inside. Colson Bennett maybe didn't sell it quite enough. And it's going to be a 2-2. He cracked off for the foul. Colson Bennett gonna get that one. It's gonna go off into center field. Will it drop? Yes, it will. And Bennett finds himself on first. Much to the joy of this Giants crowd. For McMurray's own Jordan Breen in now. Throw to first. Is it going to be there, though? As Colson Bennett gets back to safety. Jordan Breen, the tying run. As we're on the 2-1. That'll be fouled up, and a couple of flinches in these fans. But that's safety netting. Perfectly set. It's my favorite difference between a major league ballpark like the Rogers Center in Skydome and something like our own wonderful building here in Fort McMurray. The unobstructed fan access is that strike number 2, or foul number 2, excuse me. Still on the board as a 2-2. Absolute full view of everything for folks in the extra nice seats, as that throw to first isn't going to be on time. Safe is Bennett. Foul once again. Here's Jordan Breen taking a lesson from his Dawgs counterparts. Really working up this pitch count as we're at. This will be throw number 7 for Lincoln Berg. Make it throw number 8 coming up next as Breen is able to force this count to full. Diego Fuentes waiting in the wings. Here's the throw, well outside, onto the base is Jordan Breen. That is going to push Colson Bennett onto second, and for the first time, it feels like a long time, your Giants have a runner in scoring position with only a single out up on the board. Diego Fuentes from the University of Toronto. Yeah, kinesiology major, 6'4". Gonna let that one go by for the 1-0. Fuentes, a pitcher and outfielder for the U of T. He was the 25-26 Friender Athlete of the Year award for the Metropolitan Blues. That's going to be tapped off. As everybody is pushed back, 1-2 the count for Fuentes. Inside for the ball number 2. Here's Lincoln Berg, who's up here with pitch number 6. 34 pitches for Berg. The throw, there's the contact. That's going to be fouled way up. Pickoff attempt at second, not quite there as Colson Bennett is able to get back. 5'11" junior from Camden, Delaware. Also much like your Giants starting pitcher today out of the Keystone College Giants. Contact made there. Throw to first. Got him. Crowd doesn't like that call. They think Fuentes made it. I'm inclined to agree through my Giants orange colored glasses. Do have some movement though. An unfortunate moment, but Carson Young is going to be in here and we power on. Two down, strike one for Carson Young. Here's the throw. Contact. That's going to bounce off the bump. Bringing one runner home. Will there be two? Yes, indeed. And just like that, this game is tied. How about that? For the first time, quite literally, since this series against the Dawgs began, the Giants are able to put up some numbers and bring the game back to even. Off the RBI, the 2 RBI single, courtesy of Carson Young. Carson Young goes. Can he make it a second? There's the slide. He's got it. A little bit of momentum starting to curl the way of the Giants. And it's Colson Bennett's first run scored as a member of the Giants. That one up high for the ball number 2. And Lachlan Maude going to have to be sharp here. Make sure he can get those throws in if needed. Contact made, foul off. That is bonked off the ceiling. Not sure if you could hear that here at Legacy Dodge Field, as that tin roof does give off a little extra noise. We have now made our way back to the top of the order for the Giants, and Marco Arocho locked in. It's a ball at number 3 for Marco Arocho. Foul at a strike previously to that. It's a full count for Lincoln Berg. There's the throw, well outside. Berg is on to first. Or Berg has allowed, pardon me, Arocho on to first. And that is going to bring out the Okotoks coaching staff. Are we going to have a pitching change here? Doesn't quite look like it. Tough to see how active the bullpen is from this angle. They got the nets up. Tough to see a little bit of action. Of course, the bullpen's here just to the right and left of the Dawgs and Giants dugouts, respectively. Keita Fujino. Third in hits for the Giants this season. Coming into this one with a 19, a 3.11. Just one of a handful of Giants players with numbers and averages into the threes. Lincoln Berg Back-to-back balls is lurking forward is Carson Young. Maybe another steal in the future. We will see. Locked in. Throw. There's the strike one. Keita Fujino from Otera College. 4 homers over 51 games, a .351. Couple of stolen bases and 33 RBIs for the Otera Rattlers. That's another foul. Count is 2-2. Fouled off again. What an opportunity this could be for the Giants as your home run leader for the Black and Orange is about to check in, and Nick Sauvé. That one right inside would have been hit by a pitch if not for the quick moves from Fujino. Count is full. Your home run leader on deck. Lincoln Berg holding on to this start for as long as he can, but it's looking real tenuous as that's going to be a walk, bases loaded. And yes, indeed, that looks like it spells the end for Lincoln Berg, as Berg will not be given the opportunity to pitch himself out of this bind. And instead, we're going to see Evan Lehnert check in. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back here on FloCollege. Bases loaded, 2 down. And the home run leader for the Giants coming up next. You are watching the WCBL presented by FloCollege, only here on FloCollege, presented by Strigham Law. Hey, baby, there we go. We got it. Second time's a charm.
Number 7, 27, Evan Lee. Fans, sometimes we can short things over. That's our time's coaching change sponsored by Alberta. Offers 3 ways to play all in one app. Casino, sports, and lottery.
What an opportunity this could be for your Fort McMurray Giants as Nick Chauvet works his way to the plate. He bases loaded for Sauve. He finds that one. It's going to go off into center field. Will it drop? Oh, what an effort by the center fielder for the Dawgs. Holy Hannah is able to get there. Was Aiden Krause. Needed a bit of a burst of speed to do it, but if that had dropped, oh boy, what a crowd we would have heard here at Legacy Dodge Field. That is going to close out inning number 2 here on FloCollege. You want? Shall we do another break? Okay, let's just do another break, and we'll be right back. And a new pitcher in here for the Giants as well. More on that as the Okotoks Dawgs go back to Connor Croce to the top of the order. Coming up right after this.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Number 10, Connor Croce.
And back we go. Pitching change for the Giants as Jamiel Perez in on this one. Nothing but props have to go the way of Aiden Lehane, who threw the most dangerous hitting lineup in the league. Goes through 2 innings and 38 pitches, the pair of strikeouts, and only 2 runs on the board. It is a really exciting future for the freshman from Delaware in Aiden Lehane. Here we go with Croson makes contact with that one. Is it gone? There it goes. Got a Croson. Home run single. And the Dawgs pull in front. Really easy to see why the Dawgs have been able to put together such a incredible run of attendance. It helps when you have a lot of offense to cheer for. With players like Croson and Kraus, Cal Gates, already a hitter-friendly ballpark, and Siemens Stadium home to a whole lot of dingers. First home run we've seen over the right field wall in a hot minute here, though, as the long ball tends to favor the left side of this wonderful ballpark here. That is going to be fouled off. Almost stays in. As Aiden Kroos is going to have to make his way back to the batter's box. One and two the count for Kraus. Base is empty on the Croson homer. That one way up into center field. It's not going to have the distance. Giants outfield there for the easy snag. As Colson Bennett in his second appearance with the Giants shows up on the defensive side of things. Here's the strike one for Perez on Lusk. $18 RBIs, 17 walks, a single homer, and 13 strikeouts for Jaden Lusk. That's going to be in for the strike two as we have the 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Perez. Ball number 2. $13 pitches through 3 batters here, as that's going to be fouled off. Here's Jamil Perez. Keeps it together. Perez made some noise with the Philippines national team as well, as this count is 3-3. Perez also plying his trade at South Florida State College. A Florida-born player from Kissimmee, Florida, but has the family lineage to be a performer on Team Philippines and has been a part of their baseball scene on the international level for a little while now. It's going to be a walk for Lusk. Second time around for Landon Kaufman. Nothing on his first go. What's he got here? It's a single off to right field, or it might be a single. Yeah, it will be a single. Looked like it may have gone for a little more than that, but it will hang on to first. Yeah. There's a Dinich, first baseman now. One out on the board for Zdenic. Contact made. That's going to go off into left field, but not very far. Able to snag it is the shortstop. And Marco Arocho makes the snag, and Bears are going to go on special. Out number 2 is going to go on the board. See Arocho, once he made that grab, immediately checked forward, wanting to see if potentially there could be a sprint off the legs of Jaden Lusk, excuse me. Was not going to be there, so 2 down. We got 2 on. Here's the ball at number 1 for Aiden Doherty. 3-2 the score favoring the Dawgs. Although it is spelled with W's, I think that's more like dogs. The Okotoks Dawgs. Okotoks, one of the really great success stories of the WCBL. Many moons ago, moving from Burns Stadium in northwest Calgary out to Okotoks seemed like an odd move to some at the time, but it turned out to be exactly what that franchise has needed. And since then, it's just been built up more and more and more. As that one is going to drop. The relay isn't quite going to be there. Throw to second. No, that one's down too. Oh, no. And it is a cavalcade of errors across the board as Aiden Doherty doubles that one off. Lusk scores. Throw goes wide, and Doherty is able to bring it home. Love that. If you are Aiden Doherty, as Lusk and Kaufman both come home. And just like that, it is a 5-2 ball game with 2 outs on the board for the Giants. That's a worst case scenario right there. Truly a worst case scenario. Gotta wonder if maybe that setting sun was part of why that throw to third went a little wonky, or the snag went a little wonky. As if you are in left field or third base or second base looking towards first, you're pretty much like, you can just see it where the shadows are on the field. You are looking right into the blazing ball of fire. Throw to first. Does not get there. And another runner comes home. Unimpressed is this Fort McMurray crowd. Started off with a homer from Croson. And a cavalcade of errors to bring home 2 more. And this goes from a 2-2 to a 5-2 ball game real fast. Oh, 0-2 right now for Lucier. The throw outside. Only 64 miles an hour. Looks like trying to get the curveball working. Here's Javier Perez. Bit of a weird moment there. Either way, it goes up to a 2-2. WCA locked in. That one's going to go way up. Misses the ceiling. I'm sure if you ever flew a drone over this stadium, you'll just see baseballs and dents at the top. As a lot of those fouls end up right on top of our heads here in the press box. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat for Jack Lucier. Swings, misses, and Perez gets the K, as that is going to wrap up the top of the third. We'll be back up next with Brett Patillo facing off against Evan Leonard here on FloCollege. Back we are with Brett Patillo. 6-2 the lead right now as that one gets contact. Gets grabbed. And we are back to being 1 out down. Tough break for Patillo, but Braden Dyke is up to make the most of his next run. Ball number 1 for Dyke. Colson Bennett, Jordan Breen waiting in the wings. One of the things that was heard about Evan Leonard's career is that want to keep progressing, might need to put on a little bit of muscle. Very much a beanpole type pitcher. And 6'4", 165. Still a freshman, though, so tons of room to grow as he applies his college trade with the Lynn Benton Roadrunners. Actually, called strike two. Braden Dykes surely wanting to eat into the lead here with any stats he can muster. Swings at that one. He'll be well outside and throw will be out at first anyway. 2 up, 2 down for Evan Leonard. Evan Leonard, 4 and a bit innings pitched here in his season, not this particular game. He has given up 10 hits in those 4 innings, though, and so far he seems absolutely locked in as he works his way through his Giants lineup. Ball number 1. For Colson Bennett. Yeah, it's going to be fouled off and away. Here's Bennett. Swings, contact made, the throw is going to first, but Bennett puts on the rocket boosters. Isn't going to be enough to make it, though. And that's going to close out the third. We'll hit the top of the fourth. 3 up, 3 down. Gabriel Perez and Emmett Stasher on the way next.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Hitting for the Okotoks Dawgs, number 36, Emmett Spencer.
Perez and Stature. Yeah, things going with the early 1-0 foul. Oh, 1 foul, excuse me. averaging about a hit a game in his 8 appearances. A single home run to his name is Stasher. As we're going to have the 1-2. Connor Croson, Aiden Crouse, Jaden Lusk all waiting in the wings. And if you can have a Croson go up to an empty set of bases, that is about as a dream scenario as you can get for the dominant slugger who's terrorized the Play Alberta division for years. Swing, miss! Croson gonna have nothing but empty field in front of him. Top of the 4th, 6-2 the lead for Okotoks. Giants still very much in this one, even though the previous run of games haven't been to the best of their liking. Gotta say, while they look cool, the current trend in sports uniforms of colors being the same base color as their jerseys, as a broadcaster, let me tell you, that trend can die anytime. Send it off into the sun. Because, my goodness, the number of jerseys across sports right now that use that formula is jaw-dropping. Ball number 3 as Croson gets set for potentially yet another walk on his season. Already gone 25 times. Make it 26. 1 down, Croson on the first. And Toronto Argonauts are playing what is technically a home game against the Saskatchewan Roughriders in Regina right now. The Rough Riders debuting a special Blizzard jersey that is, you guessed it, white numbers on a white jersey with a green outline. And still in the CFL, the Edmonton Elks with a green jersey with a yellow outline. In the major leagues of baseball, we've seen it with the Mariners and the Blue Jays. Back in the CFL, the BC Lions, a silver number on a white background. They look great on Instagram. They look great in person. Other than that, a little tough to read, but I shouldn't complain, as ultimately getting paid to play the best, to do the best job in the world. As that pickoff attempt goes to first, won't be there. Hard to complain when you get to play in the sandbox every day. So thank you for coming along for the ride here on FloCollege. It's the WCBL presented by Strigham Law. My name is Graham Moseman. 101. Personally, no stranger to the Okotoks Dawgs, as I spent most of the 2010s living in Calgary, working at a radio station, and of course, Okotoks, just a little outside town, not quite the same distance from Red Deer to Sylvan Lake, as we're getting close to Okotoks and Calgary, just blending into one big space. Is one of the gorgeous jewels in the WCBL and really in all of baseball in Canada. There's the throw, tight inside. And his ball at number 3. And Jemdiel Perez is going to get a chat from Nick Sauve here. Perez just over an inning of work. 42 pitches, half of those being strikes. There's the walk. 4 throws, 4 outside the strike box. And Connor Croson is into scoring position with Jaden Lusk here. Jaden Lusk already 1 for 1 today. That one's going to be fouled way up. Pardon me, there's a little bit of a stutter there on our equipment. Won the count. Make that 2-1 the count. Jaden Lusk looking to double up his totals. Three and 1. Lusk looking to remain perfect on the game. That one right up the middle. It's going to bring Croson home. Is it going to bring Aiden Krause home? It will not. A first base RBI single for Jaden Lusk.
Giants fans, we want to thank you today. Thank you so much. You just set an attendance record for the Fort McMurray Giants of 2,760 fans. Thank you so much for coming out tonight and sharing your news.
That's the best attendance we've seen all year. 2,766 fans filling this gorgeous stadium. Of course, a mound visit here, and it looks like this could be the end of Jemdiel Perez's night. Coach Coop is out there. Perez will not go with. So you got runners on the corners, 1 out. Landon Kaufman, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Kaufman, 24 hits on the year, 400 against a base half of his at-bats. Low slider for the strike 1. Where are things going to go here? The potential for a double play is on the board as that goes outside. That's going to foul off. One into the count. Foul again. Top of the fourth, one out on the board. Throw it home. Not gonna be there. Chauvet unimpressed. Trying to argue his case. Not going to be there. They're going to call that the 2-2. Now you will have a strikeout. Bit of a weird run here as we have 2 outs on the board, runners on the corners. Where is this one going to go? We're up to the 3-2 for Turner Zdenic. Eight-2 ball game, top of the fourth inning. That is going to be a double, at least. As the contact is made, Lusk comes on in, 9-2, the score in this one. As Turner Zdenic is on his second base with Aiden Doherty up now. Outside throw for Doherty. Two-0. Make that 2-1. There's 2 outs are on the board. Just got to get one out here to get through this. What has felt a bit like a extension of the. That one goes over the head and way off into the deep center field. Runner comes home, put it on the board, 10-2. It's going to be a triple for Turner Zdenic. That's 3 runners and 3 batters the Giants have had to work through since they got to the 2-out margin, and the end of the line has come in this game for Jabdiel Perez, which you hate to see, but is understandable during games that can be this important.
Giants from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, attending the University of Fraser Valley, number 36, Eli McKean.
The University of the Fraser Valley, home to Eli McKean, who has been really brighter at pitching spots through this season as he warms up. Let's get you a good view of that. And we will take the very quick break here on FloCollege. You're watching the WCBL presented by Stringham Law.
Sometimes you need to shake things up. That's why today's picture being sponsored. When Alberta offers you 3 ways to play all-in-one casino, sports, and lottery. Let's go, Giants! Now hitting for Okotoks, 26, 1-1.
Prizes for our on-field Q Social. Show up a great night with your friends at Q Social.
Eli McKean is Able to get Lachlan Mott to fly out to right center, so finally that concludes this extended inning. We're going to head to the bottom of the fourth and see what we have for the Giants. I'll be up next with Jordan Breen in a quick moment.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Giants back on offense with the ball at number 1 on the board for local product Jordan Breen. (10-2) the score. Count goes 3-1 for Breen. That one goes off and going to be a throw to first over top of the head, and Jordan Breen is going to make this one on the first base as that throw sails over top of the head of the first baseman at Turner's Dinich. Not going to see that one very often. He's Emmett Stasher let that throw get away from him. Here's the throw, contact, and that's going to be a 0-1. Diego Fuentes really had a interesting run. As mostly has been used as a pitcher, but having the ability to kind of move back and forth has been a real boon for his career and could be a real gem later in the lineups as that one finds the gap off into left field. Breen on to second, Fuentes to first. And there's a little life in these Giants. Carson Young looking to remain perfect on the day. Two hits already. Gonna make that one three as that goes off into left field. Runners are gonna come home, at least one, maybe two, just the one. But this crowd will take it. As Jordan Breen gets on his horse and brings it in. Good opportunity here, because the Giants are able to pull within 7. Marco Orocho does have that long ball ability. Seen it twice so far this season, and that would put this game back into competitive territory. As that's going to go by for the strike one. Orocho really wanting to make some hay while he can. Swings at that one, fouled off. Great opportunity for the Giants, who at the very least, barring a double, could make it down to Nick Chauvet. Into the count as Evan Leonard lets this one loose. Titan side for the 1 and 2. See if this 2,000 strong crowd can get brought right back into it here on Syncrude Appreciation Night, Suncor Appreciation Night, coming up tomorrow. So if perhaps that is a company that you have worked for, maybe we'll see you down here at the ballpark to celebrate one of the great employers in the Wood Buffalo region. 1 and 2 for Marco Orocho. That'll be waved on the foul. Bit of a weird jumper of a hop. Almost looked a little bit like all the way back in 2016. That miracle playoff run for the Jays where you had that one kind of weird hit bounce down and cause all kind of havoc for the umpiring crew at Skydome. Because I refuse to call it I know it's Rogers Center or whatever, but that one real close. In my heart of hearts, it is still Skydome, and Domer the Turtle, still a legacy mascot. Swing. Miss. First out on the board. Still in a really good place here with Keita Fujino and his on base of 386. Fujino with one of the only triples on this Giants season. Pickoff attempt going off to second base, but isn't going to be there. And if Fujino staying locked in. Waved off on the foul. Striking a foul in there. Believe me, audio dropped out for a moment. Apologies, folks. One and two. Two and two. Evan Leinart, 2 strikeouts and 32 pitches of work. That one's going to be a bouncer. Off in the direction of the Dawgs dugout for Virginio. What a catch. Throw to second, and that's the easiest double play you're ever going to see. As that's going to close out inning number 4 here on FloCollege. We will take a quick break and be right back as the Giants look to contain the Dawgs, as the Dawgs have a 7-run lead heading into number 5.
Join the Giants as they host family fun nights here at WCBL Field at SMS Equipment Place. Come to the ballpark, make sure you come and be part of a world record. That's right, don't miss out. You can be part of the Guinness World Record August 1st. All you have to do is wear a Hawaiian shirt, enjoy baseball, and have a good time. All the information's on the Giants' social media. Be part of the Guinness World Record until August 1st.
Jack Lucier and Eli McKean, your 2 combatants. McKean with the throw, that one well outside. Gets Lucier swinging there is the University of the Fraser Valley in his 3rd year. That one going to go off into right field. Will it stay in play? Yes, it does. Jack Lucier with the solo shot home run. That's going to be a ball number one for Emmett Stasher, and we're going to have Sauve come in to check on his third pitcher of the game. Last season, McKean came in with a 2.27 ERA. And has been pressed into a little bit more action as the Giants have been working through this pitcher's situation. Outside the 3-1. Here's strike two. Now here's a third year total. Second year, pardon me, with the Giants. Here's McKean, who has really turned into a real nice utility player. Started his WCBL career in 2024 with the Weyburn Beavers, who will be up here for the first time in just a couple days' time. You can grab your tickets for that right now at FortMcMurrayGiants.ca, and that'll be a strikeout for McKean, bringing Connor Croson up once again. When Weyburn's here on Monday, that'll be half-price ticket night. Grab your tickets through the Igniter platform, available through the links at FortMcMurrayGiants.ca, and anywhere you can find us on socials. Is Croson will go swinging for the strike one. Croson already with the RBI single, the RBI home run. It's a solo shot home run. That one right up inside, and it's going to be a 2-2. Count goes full for Croson. Bases are empty. It's going to foul off and away. Here's the throw. There's the swing. Gonna love that. Any pitcher in the league should take a little bit of a pat on the back if you are able to strike out Croson.
Number 5, Aiden Price.
That's a wild pitch. It'll bounce around. That one goes off in the infield. Throw to first. Gets it on time, and that is going to wrap up inning number 5. Or at least the top of the Okotoks dog portion of the inning. Look, it's been a rough game, y'all. We're doing our best. In cross grounds out. That'll end off the 5th inning. 1 run scored. Still have some work to do as you got to get through a 4-run and a 4-run inning from the 3rd and 4th. So Giants still hanging on inside that 10-run margin. They will be back, and we will see where things lie as Nick Sauve is going to be up to bat next here on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyer.
That's why tonight's pitching change sponsor, Play Alberta, offers 3 ways to play on the line: casino, sports, and lottery. Giants, number 3, Nick Sauve.
And here's Nick Sauvé getting us set. 1 for 2 today, as we do have a pitching change. Brody Barnett now in for the Dawgs. Swing on that one. Sauvé trying to keep this one together. And it's a ground out to first base.
Stepping up for your Giants, attending Brookhaven Junior College, number 24, Brett Pizzillo.
Brett Patillo lets that go by for the strike at number 1. Cranks that one right to second. Throw to first, can't beat it, and we are 2 up, 2 down for the Giants. Braden Dyke 0 for 2 on the day, had a ground out and struck out swinging earlier on today. Perhaps third time could be the charm. So he has a switch to his walk-up music. Maybe he can ignite something. That one real close. You call that the mustache tickler. As Brody Barnett sends that one way up high. Strike 1. That foul goes way up in the sky. Here's the throw. There's the foul. And this one is going to keep on going. That one just finds inside the strike zone. Inning number 5 comes to a close. It's an 11-3 lead for the Dawgs. We'll be back with Eli McKean and Jaden Lusk at the top of the 6th inning.
Pitching number 28, Brandon Wilson. Sometimes you need to shake things up. That's why the pitching change sponsored Play Alberta offers you 3 ways to play all in one app. Casino, sports, and lottery. Now hitting number 16, Jacob Lust.
Braden Wilson on to the mound. As Eli McKean's night comes to a close, opens things up with a strike and a ball against Lusk, who's 2 for 2. That bat's going to break. Throw's going to go to first. He won't make it as Lusk is finally unable to get onto base. That'll be the first out of the inning for the Giants. Much to the chagrin of the Okotoks staff, as bats aren't getting any cheaper.
Number 2, Landon Kaufman.
Kaufman's going to step out and pop back in, as the ball number 1 will set him back. There's the nod from Wilson. The pitch to number 2. It's going to foul off away and go down for the 2-1 for Landon Kaufman. 1 for 3 today. 7-3, the Dawgs lead. Turner Sedinich waiting in the warm-up circle. Three, 1. There's a strike. Contact made, that one. Isn't going to get caught, and on to first base goes the Dawgs. Kaufman takes the most of that at bat and finds himself on first base. Now it's Turner Zdenic. That one, oh, that's going to sting. Unimpressed. And give Wilson some credit as he walked over and said, yep, hey, that's on me. Sorry. And on first base goes Zdenic with Aiden Doherty, who's already 3 for 3 today up on the box. Currently going to find yourself with Landon Kaufman in a scoring position, 120 feet from home base. Dawgs haven't been working the steal like they have in previous games, especially in yesterday's matchup, but after 2 back-to-back 4-run innings, they really haven't had to. Foul number 1. Still a scorcher. Wind has died down, but we are hanging tight at 26 degrees here in downtown Fort McMurray. The run, the throw, the tip. Foul number 2. Angelo State University's Braden Wilson. That throw way wild, and it's going to advance all the runners. Chauvet with the heads-up work to gather that one back up and keep it from going all the way back to the warning track on the edges of the stadium. There's number 5 from Wilson. Here it goes. There's the swing. Doherty might have everything on it. Does it go? Yes, it does. As the kids in the outfield are going to run to find that one in the trees. That's a 3-run home run, courtesy of Aiden Doherty. Lachlan Mott as that go by for the strike 1. That'll be outside. 14-3 the score here. 1 out on the board. And it's going to go right up the middle. The slider can't get there. It's going to be up to the Giants left fielder to grab that one and sling it back, but it'll be a single up the middle for Lachlan Maud.
18, Jack Lucid.
That one's outside for the ball number 1. It's going to be a walk for Lucier. And Emmett Stasher pops back up. Visit from the coach to check in to see how everyone's doing, and we'll keep an eye out for some action in the Giants bullpen.
Top of the order for the Okotoks Dawgs at number 10, Connor Croson.
Back to the top of the order with Connor Croson. I'm going to take a quick sec here to work on my audio. I apologize. It looks like none of the last chunk seems to have gone through. Here's Stasher ends up hit by a pitch and loading the bases here for Croson. That one's going to make some contact. Throw to home. And throw to second. That'll be a double play. How about that as the inning comes to a close? What an effort. Let's take a look back and see if we can follow that one. Takes a minute to get there, but ultimately the call is a double play from home to first. Let's take a look. There it goes. What an effort. by these Giants defenders. Able to pull that one up. Let's take a look at that one more time. From the far center. Throw to home. Down is the tag from Sauve. Wait for the call. Out number one, out number two. How about that one? Bit of a bright spot in this Giants defense here today. As the hot dog races are on, going off into left field. Jordan Keeveman warming up now. He'll take on Colson Bennett, who's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. We will take a break and be right back here on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
There's the 2-0. As Jordan Keeveman, pardon me, trying to lock in here. Three and one. As Bennett has some room. Here's the throw. Strike two. That's going to do it for Bennett as he goes down swinging. Fourteen to 3, the score here, bottom of the sixth. There's strike number two. That one off into right field, but going to be snagged easy peasy. And Diego Fuentes will make his way up. swing on that one. Here's the throw. That one going to be way off into left field. It's not going to have the distance, and it is as efficient as you can get. 1, 2, 3, and that wraps up the 6th here on FloCollege. Braden Schneider warming up and getting ready as he's going to face off against Aiden Krause.
Now hitting for Divisional Northwood College, number 5, Aiden Krause.
First pitch, first contact, and that's going to be an easy meander to first base for Aiden Krause.
Designated hitter for the Dawgs, number 16, Jaden West.
Oh, and 2 on the board. That's going to go way up into center field. Not going to lose it in the sky, and that's going to be out number 1. Landon Kaufman back once again.
Number 2, Landon Kaufman.
That pitch goes a little outside, throw to second, a bit behind, and Aiden Kraus with the steal. On to second base is Kraus. Kaufman chops at that one. Throw to first is on time, and that's out number 2. Turner Zdenic. Nice and smooth on the strike 1. As Ray Snyder looks to lock in. Make that 2 as the slider gets him looking. Ball at number 1. For Zdenic. This Syncrude crowd looking for a discount on those brewskis. It's going to foul away. Count goes up to the 1-for-2. That one gets going. Strike 3. Beer's going to be on special until the next batter hits up for the Giants. Happy moment for these fans as we head to the bottom of the 7th here on FloCollege.
Kitchen Change sponsored Play Alberta, offering 3 ways to play in one app, casino, sports, and lottery. Now pitching number 19, Nolan Jackson. At the plate for your Giants, third baseman number 5, Carson Young.
Carson Young is back. Had some real life to give to this team earlier on in this game, and maybe has something else to give here. Nolan Jackson on the bump for Okotoks. Center fielder gets on his horse and has that grab with little room to spare as the first out is up. If this score stands, the Giants down to their final 5 outs of the ball game. And sails by for the 0-1. That one off. Throw to first, way over top, and he is going to make it on base. Marco Arocho gets there as the throw from third isn't going to be there. Is maybe a little too lackadaisical on that one as Jack Lucier. Fugino moves his way in. Still 25 degrees here. Almost time for sunset in Okotoks, but beautiful and shiny here in Wood Buffalo. There's the throw. 1-1. Crack made to that one. Can he make it to second? Not quite there. What a burst of speed for Marco Arocho, but it would not be enough as the underhanded toss goes to second. And Fugino will find his base on first with 2 outs. And Nick Sauvé up to bat. Homer here from Sauvé would pull this game out of Mercy territory. First one, foul away. Sauvé and Jackson facing off. Jackson from McCook Community College. Yet another foul there for Sauvé. 3.61 ERA through 42 innings. A 5'10" freshman, so still tons of room to grow and absolutely could make his way up into the starter's role for the Dawgs within the next season or two and really be a force as we have another foul for Sauvé as that one hits way up top. Cook Community College has players all across the WCBL as Energy City is taking players from that particular school. I believe there's a couple for the Saskatoon Berries as well. Pitch number 6 for Nolan Jackson. That'll be enough. Down goes Sauvé as we head to the top of the 8th inning.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Going to have a change over at the shortstop position as Titro will be in for Marco Orocho, who has done his work here today. Doherty back. Had an absolutely unbelievable game. And a fantastic week up here in Fort McMurray. Really should get some looks for the Village Brewery Player of the Week in the Play Alberta division. Last time up, homered for 3. And a triple. A double and a single. Is with that, Doherty has one of the best performances we've seen here this season. Full count, swing, and for the first time today, Aiden Doherty heads back to the dugout. Throw's going to go to first. Got him. Yeah, folks, I can't believe I missed the fact that Aiden Doherty, with that home run, had officially hit for the cycle here in this one. How about that? In fairness, I am the Giants broadcaster. Might be a little bit more focused on the Fort McMurray side of things, but that is a hell of a performance, whatever way you stake it. Hats off. Here's Brett Patillo still looking for his first hit of this game. That one going to go in the shallow infield, throw to first. That'll do it. Giants got to put a run on the board to keep this one from ending early. Can they do it? We will find out coming up next here on FloCollege.
Giants, number 24, Brett Patillo.
Is going to be a foul off for Brett Patillo, as he'll stay locked in with Nolan Jackson as the Giants are down to their final 3 outs. Barring a score here, of course. Wild pitch for Nolan Jackson. One and two for Patillo, still searching. That one's going to go way up high. And it'll be a fly out into center. Braden Dyke moves in. Giants need 2 runs to keep this one from an early call. Yeah, it's going to be the 1-0. Here's Nolan Jackson, looks to close this one out. That one way up top, down. Here's the grab.